My sister-in-law insists on naming her son with our baby's name, but she walked away crying when I told her I wouldn't be changing my mind about using the name we planned. My husband and I picked out baby names almost 5 years ago, and when we started trying, he told his family and mine about our journey. During this conversation, we both told the family the names we had chosen, as using these names as our goal. They have heard these names multiple times throughout our journey because they motivate us when it gets hard. We will sit and picture our future with our son or daughter. The names have never changed. These names have been our dreams. Everyone knows and has heard it. My husband's sister ended up pregnant with her boyfriend, who doesn't like us, because we helped her leave him, and then they got back together. When I heard that, I felt that something would happen. At her gender reveal, she learned she was having a boy. We celebrated, and everything went smoothly until my mother-in-law and father-in-law were at a table with me, and someone brought up her baby names. Mother-in-law seemed hesitant and told me 2 names she was thinking of, and then father-in-law said that her boyfriend likes insert our baby name and they will call him insert our shortened baby name we planned on using. I was shocked but remained smiling and said something like, "That is our baby's name." And mother-in-law popped up that my husband's aunt had mentioned that was our baby's name. I was shocked, but my husband had come over to let me know we needed to leave for dinner with my parents. I get up, and while getting all our stuff, my sister-in-law runs into me. During our brief conversation, I mentioned I heard her baby names and named them off, along with mentioning that her boyfriend wanted our baby name, and she acted like she didn't know that was our name. I told her it was and then said goodbye, and we left. My husband knew something was wrong, and I told him what had happened in the car. His immediate response was that I'd cut them off. We have been struggling to have a baby, and it's been hard on him. We had a positive and then lost the baby, but he was sure it was a boy, and he was so excited to use our name. I knew this hit him hard, but I didn't want any drama on his side of the family, so I told him we would talk about it later, and we went to dinner. After dinner, on the way home, he brought it back up and said he was mad and felt like her trying to use our name was a slap in the face and like they thought we would never have a baby. We both cried together on the way home. Once we got home, we sat in silence until he randomly said F them. We are using our son's name whether they do or not. It doesn't change the name we have chosen and pictured for years. I mentioned it would cause issues for everyone if they have the same name and go by the same name, along with his family, who would probably try to call him by his middle name to keep them separate. He said anyone who calls our future son anything other than what he goes by won't be around. I told him okay, I'm with you on this. A couple of days later, I spoke with sister-in-law when she pulled me aside for another get-together. She and her boyfriend said they hope there are no hard feelings if they use insert our full baby name. I was shocked and asked if they were serious. They both nodded. I replied, "So you don't just want the first name, you want our entire baby name? First and middle?" Sister-in-law said yes, she had forgotten our baby's name, and her boyfriend liked the first name, and the middle is an alternative version of her family name. I said, "It's an alternative version because me and your brother wanted to use a family name from his side, and I wanted unique. It's an alternative version of his middle name. That name has meaning to us. It's not just a name, it's sentimental, especially to your brother. Also, there is no way you forgot our baby name, which we talked about less than 2 weeks before your gender reveal." She huffed and said she did, and she was sorry, but she is pregnant now and will use that name. So I said, "That's fine, so will we. When we have a son, no matter what you name yours, he will be named as we planned. We plan on adopting even if I can't have a child naturally in the next year and a half. The name will be used, and we will be parents. If you want to struggle with our kids having the same name other than their last, that's on you." She told me that isn't how it will work and that she plans on using her last name since her boyfriend is adopted. He will be taking her last name when they get married. I froze and said, "That's fine. It won't be changing my child's name either way." She started crying and said she thought I was her sister and cared about her. I told her she is, and I do, but what she is doing is hurting her brother and me badly. We both know we can't stop her from using our name, but I can and will be using it either way. She huffed and walked off. We haven't spoken since, so am I the asshole?